Scott, we've come to Huish Park on a Tuesday night. It's now a fairly cold one too. It's finished 3-1 in the end to the hosts, but I think it might have been a bit of a frustrating one for yourself in the end. What were your thoughts?
Yeah, I was gutted when the whistle went, because I felt like it was, I'm not saying a missed opportunity, obviously they're top of the league and no one expects us to get anything, but at half time I thought we'd done really well first half, felt quite comfortable. I know they got in a couple of times, straight balls through the middle. Dan's done really well, made a couple of good saves, but we've obviously had our chances as well. Temmie's hit the bar before any of those chances. You just think if only that had gone in. At half time we spoke about sort of their strengths and making sure that we don't let Jordan Young come inside on his left foot, because he's very good at doing that. And then, yeah, obviously the second goal was the killer, where they've gone 2 goals ahead. We get one back, and then we're in sort of control. I felt like we were playing in their half without creating too much. Then obviously Nathan's header, I think Josh has had a shot at important times in the game, and then the ref goes and gives a penalty. And probably the least, or the less I say about him, the better tonight. I thought he was absolutely dreadful. I think we've come a long way on a Tuesday night, and everything they scream for, everything they claim for, they got. I've got a yellow card, which is not even a foul, and that's my 10th for the season, so it puts me out for 2 games, but they're not to worry, they don't care. But yeah, he's not even seen it, he's wrong side of the ball. They've screamed and shouted, and I'm overly frustrated because obviously we've lost, and I missed the next 2 games now, so yeah, for me it's not been a great night. I'll probably wake up in the morning and be proud of the boys' efforts, of course. We've just told them that this isn't going to define our season. They're in a completely different world to us. I think Yeovil in the Conference South is a bit of a cheat code, to be honest. I think they're miles ahead of everyone in terms of how dominant and effective they've been this season, and fair play to them. They were really gracious in obviously victory tonight. I thought they conducted themselves well, and yeah, by all means they'll go and win the league at a canter, which we can see. So it's a strange one. Massively disappointed that at half time we kept them to 0-0, and then to lose 3-1. It just feels a little bit gut-wrenching at the moment.
And yeah, just to reflect on then that first half, because really it was quite a dogged performance from Slough. They held on in parts of it, but they also, like you said, they had chances of their own. Temmie obviously having his header cannon back off the crossbar, but it didn't really feel like there was a lot of a difference between the two sides going into the break.
Yeah, I thought we sort of felt quite solid at the back. We tried to go man for man when they had the ball. At times it worked, at times it didn't, because they move it well, they move it quickly from side to side. But they've got excellent players. That's the way that they are. They've got strength in depth. They're very good at what they do. They've got a lot of energy. They look after the ball well. So we knew that we had to be good when we won it back, and I think at times we were, and at times we weren't. We need to get a breather when you play against teams like Yeovil away from home. And sometimes the ball handed over a little bit too quickly for our liking. But we played a different way to what we've been used to tonight, because the pitch is nice and it allows us to do that. When you go away to Dover and Worthing, you've got to play the conditions. So I said to the lads, be brave, enjoy it, show composure, express yourselves, and I think they did that most of the time. So yeah, extremely proud of the club tonight. To play against a team like Yeovil and put up a good fight is what we wanted. But I think there's not an opportunity missed. I'm not saying we should have gone and won the game, but I just felt like we were probably good enough value for a point if decisions didn't go against us, and chances maybe been taken at crucial times. But it wasn't to be, and we have to move on again.
And after the break then, we saw 2 fairly quick-fire goals from Yeovil. What for you was the difference there in that first 10 minutes compared to what they were doing in that first half? Yeah,
I think we're down to 10 when obviously the ball comes in for the first one, which is not ideal, not helpful. Don't track a runner in the box. We've got goal away into the box with the cross. The second one, he's obviously cut inside Jordan Young, and the third one, when a referee takes 3 seconds to blow his whistle to give the penalty, that's when you know he's not sure. Yeah, I don't want to talk about it, I'll be honest with you, because I saw him laughing after the third goal as well, and I don't think that's very respectful. But yeah, listen, it is what it is. He enjoyed himself, he enjoyed his night, and we didn't really get much all night. And I thought it was bad for them at times as well, but we're used to it this season. I think the standard of refereeing has been nowhere near it. But yeah, it is what it is. We're not going to complain.
And then at 2-0 down then, we saw Slough, as we've already mentioned, had a bit of a resurgence, had a bit of a bounce about them, and then they got their goal through Dan Bayliss. What changed for you in that period then after the 2 goals?
Yeah, Dan Bayliss' strike was unbelievable. Definitely the best goal in the game. And then I think we had a bit of a lift. I felt quite good at 2-0. I thought we were quite flat. Then all of a sudden we get the goal at 2-1. I thought we were in the ascendancy a little bit. Their crowd were getting on their back, which is what we spoke about. I played here a long time ago, and I knew that it could be quite toxic at times if you do start getting the upper hand. And they started moaning when the ball was getting passed backwards, and I thought, do you know what, we're in a game here, and we'll have a chance. But yeah, the decision for the penalties obviously cost us. When it goes 3-1, they've got so much experience in their team that they can see the game out. And it's a real uphill battle from them, of course it is. But they're a brilliant side. Let's not take anything away from them. They've been unbeaten here all season, and you can see why. I said last week about Worthing being the best team that I've seen this season, and I can see why Yeovil are top of the league. They're just efficient, effective, the way they play. I thought Wonnell, the centre half, I thought he was outstanding. He's obviously signed from Taunton in the summer, and I just said to him at the end of the game there, I thought he was brilliant. Like, nothing really gets past him. He's big and strong. He dictated the play from the back. He hits some decent balls into good areas, and they've got willing runners that get beyond you, and they do make it difficult. But listen, it's something to learn from. I think tonight's a massive learning curve for not where we want to be, because it would be difficult to try and emulate Yeovil and what they've done this season. But we can learn from what they do and how they conduct themselves and the decision making that they make at times, because I think at times we can be quite naive and sort of pass up opportunities and maybe make mistakes, and they didn't make any mistakes tonight. I think that's the difference. Dan Bayliss' goal isn't a mistake on their part. It's a fantastic finish into the goal, but I feel like we just switched off at crucial times, and it's cost us. But so proud of the lads, as always am. But yeah, we have to just move on to Saturday now.
And yeah, talking about Saturday, just before I do ask you about your thoughts ahead of that one already, I think a few more knocks have been taken tonight, as has been the case over the last few games. We saw David O'Bonnor go off quite swiftly after that, what felt like a poor challenge on him actually in the end. Is he okay? And also just about Slavio as well, who wasn't on the bench this evening either.
Yeah, that's my biggest frustration, that yellow cards in a game, they're yellow cards, but there's different ferocity of tackles, and that's the thing. I look at it and I think some of them are like ferocious and some of them just little trips, and I don't understand how they can amount to the same. But David's limped off, Slavy's got a bad ankle, my ankle's the size of Brazil. I don't know if you can see it sticking out of the camera there. Yeah, I can see your face now. So yeah, it's not great, it's not ideal. So I know I'm missing 2 games, but I might have to have missed it anyway with my ankle. Trying to think who else there is at the moment, but we'll have to see how everyone is on Thursday. We might need some reinforcements, of course, but yeah, we'll have to see how it is. Wake up in the morning, see what the knocks are like. But I think everyone wore the shirt with pride tonight, and that's what I'm proud about. We didn't give up. Everyone was fighting till the end. There was a few sort of individual battles going on all over the pitch, and you could see there was a real fight in the lads. And yeah, really proud of them.
And so then we turn our attention to Saturday, Weston-super-Mare at Arbour Park. Another chance for Slough to keep that home run alive, but also it's a side who are fairly close to us on the table. I think they were a point below us after their point at Chelmsford yesterday. Are you looking forward to that game?
Yeah, I can't wait. It's a game where I watched it last night. I had a little look at them. Excellent football inside. They've obviously picked up of late as well. We know what they'll do. They'll never divert away from how they play. We'll have to come up with a game plan. We know they'll keep the ball and look to sort of draw you out, drag you out, but we've been good at home for the last 15 games. Hopefully it'll be 16 after Saturday. But we know that we don't want to go 3 defeats on the bounce. I think during the time of being manager, I think the worst we've had is 3. And that's something that I'm hoping to make sure it doesn't go any more than that. So if we can get a result on Saturday, I'll be overly pleased, of course. But it'll be a tough game. We'll have to see how everyone recovers in the morning. That would have taken a lot out of the boys tonight. It's been a hell of a January. The boys have been brilliant, and I think to get 10 points in the month, yeah, we've probably won the games that we didn't expect, and we've lost the ones that we maybe have expected to win. So we're a bit unpredictable at times, of course we are, but yeah, we need to try and find some consistency, I think, in the games where people expect us to win, because we've dropped some points this month that would have been nice to have on the board. But we go into February, I think, full of confidence off the back of January, and we'll see where it takes us. I think everyone was talking about playoffs and things like this, but we just want to get another 8 or 10 points on the board as quickly as we can, and just see where it takes us in the next few weeks. If we can do it quicker, the better, of course. But yeah, we've had a good few months, and this won't obviously define us tonight coming to Yeovil.
Cheers for your thoughts again, Scott, and we'll see you Saturday.
Cheers, Con. Thanks, mate.